Hey guys, we are headed to our first drive-in. George and me decided to do a
midnight showing.
A midnight, well, technically it is because the movie starts at midnight. It's called The Photograph. It's like a murder mystery or something. We don't even know.
It's going to be in a very dark environment. We're prepared to be spooked.
Yeah, this is kind of spontaneous, but we had a free night. So we were like, let's just do this, man. Let's just do it. So here we are, headed our way. We will do another recording in a few minutes when we get there to show you guys what it looks like. And then we're going to do one with the concession. So we'll do a review of the drive-in to let you guys know if it's worth checking out or not. And we'll also do a review for the movie we're about to watch. It could be hot garbage, it could be great, it could be okay. We have no idea. I haven't even seen the trailer, The Photograph.
I haven't either, so I feel like this is the best way to go in not seeing the trailer, because then that way we have no clue. We're gonna be, if it does spook us, it should spook us a lot.
Yeah, and the girl is in it from Lovebirds.
Oh, really?
I forgot her name. She was the African American. I forgot the actress's name. So she's in it. If that helps at all. Isa Ray or something like that is her name. Anyways, yeah. So check it out in a few minutes when we turn this back on. Even though for you guys, it'll probably just be starting in seconds when we're at the movie theater driving. Hey guys, we just pulled in to our theater. Number 5, which is playing The Photograph. So we can see the screen in front of us now. Yeah. And we just gotta find a parking spot. Alright guys, we're now just parked. The screen is in front of us. We have a COVID-19, I don't know if this is gonna show up on the screen. COVID-19 where to park. You have to be two poles behind the car next to you. So we're in the complete front, and the car next to us is actually 4 cars that way and 3 cars that way. So I think we're good. We're gonna stop this so we can show you what the screen looks like. And then, yeah, we'll walk over to the concession stand. All right, so this is what the screen looks like, which is really cool. We're in the very front row, which is really cool. They have like previews and commercials playing right now, just like a regular movie theater. So we're really excited. We're gonna head over to the concession stand, and we're gonna put our masks on and see what we can get food wise. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Hey guys, we just got to the refreshments area. We had to drive there, which we didn't realize, but we're here now, waiting in line. We're standing in line for concessions. You have to keep our masks on, so that's fun. Yeah. The place looks like, and it's really cool. You can buy nachos. George is gonna go with the nachos. I might get a pizza, or sandwich, burger. Definitely a Coke. It was hot today. I want a Coke.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, so we just got done watching The Photograph, which is actually surprisingly good, not what we expected. So yeah, you want to show the camera? This is the end credits. I don't know if y'all can see the screen. Hold on, that might help a little bit. And the music, or the movie, is connected to the FM tuner, and like you listen to in the car with your lights up. Hopefully it didn't drain our battery too long, but it was actually a real fun experience. I'd probably do it again. Here, I'm gonna throw it over to George now, so he can share just a tiny bit before we do our review.
This was an absolutely awesome movie. Like from what Fahad had told me earlier, it was supposed to be a murder mystery. I'm so glad it wasn't, because
that's what I get for just skimming something for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Ready.
All right. Well, we are now officially back, and it is 2:52, about 3 a.m. Pretty close to it.
Yeah.
And I would say very unique experience. Have you ever been to a drive-in before?
No, this is actually my first time.
So both of ours, it was our first time.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, things that I really liked about it. One, they had enough space between each car spot. So they had a pole, like 2 poles apart, so cars cannot park next to each other for social distancing purposes. And I thought that was really smart and cool. So it kind of felt like you were kind of like in your little bubble and like you were watching the movie, and then some people said like you can't hear the radio, but I could hear everything that was going, dialogue, music, everything else sounded fine. Yes, there is a little bit of white noise because it is a local transmitter, so there's a little bit of white noise, but not enough to like really pull you out of the movie. You can hear everything that's going on in the movie perfectly. We were able to get there and get the front row spot, even though we were a little late. It sounded like, people park, even if they were coming late, maybe it's just not a very popular movie. They were playing like Trolls 2, Sonic, and Invisible Man, which are much popular movies. Those might have been busier than the movie we saw. What we saw was like a kind of like a Netflix indie drama, romance, history, culture. Not your typical type of movie most people are gonna go out of their way to see. So maybe that's why we were like lucky enough to get a good spot. But the other movie theaters did look super busy compared to ours.
They did. They definitely did. Especially Invisible Man.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to say. That was
and I don't blame them because that movie is really freaking good.
Absolutely.
So I can totally see, if I'd never seen that movie, I would 100% jump on seeing that in a drive-in. But yeah, overall, great experience. We went to the concession stand, and that was really cool because there was a guy guarding the door, and they were limiting how many people were actually inside the building to get the concession, because the drinks and the food and then the snacks were in a inside building, and they limited numbers, and everybody had to wear a mask, and everybody was wearing a mask, even the people who were working. And and they even had tell you step here and stay this far from the person in front of you or behind you, which was really smart. It took the worst part was it took 40 minutes to get the food and the drink, but that's understandable on how busy it is and what the social distancing is. So we missed a little bit of the movie, but nothing crazy. So yeah, maybe next time if we decide to do another drive-in movie, we'll go much an hour before the movie starts, so we have time to get food, drinks, concessions, find our spot, and just kind of relax. The other funny thing is we were trying to get our phones, because I brought my Bluetooth because I didn't want to use the car's battery. So I brought my Bluetooth to connect to our phone to use the FM transmitter, but Apple has turned off the FM transmitter within the phone, and you're not allowed to use it. Apple, corporations, business, and greed. So we're not going to pay for your Apple Music no matter how much you turn things on and off. It's so stupid. I mean, but now that we know that, I'm going to go and buy an FM transmitter that can connect to the jukebox. That way we're not using the battery in the car.
Absolutely.
And I found one at Target for $20. That's supposed to be really good. So we might, if we decide to do this again, maybe do that. All right. So yeah, anything you want to add from your end?
Not really. I mean, I would have to say that this was a good experience, especially for honestly, drive-ins are perfect for date nights, for
honestly for anything.
Just anything.
Two guys hanging out. It was a little bit of a chick flick.
It was a little
we were
strange.
Oh no, what did we? But then it became a really good movie, and it wasn't just a chick flick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. You can bring friends, you can bring family. If I had kids right now, I would totally jump on the Trolls, or definitely Sonic. I would totally watch Sonic with my kids if they're old enough to not actually not pay attention. That is, and do a drive-in in a van or a van or a truck.
Yeah. I mean,
4x4
there were people there that had pickup trucks, and they were tailgating. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And apparently it's been there for decades, and I didn't even know until very recently. Honestly, we could have seen so many movies this entire quarantine and gone to it, and I just learned about it a week ago. So, and then our buddy Steven, because when we were parking George's motorcycle at his friend's place, and then he was carpooling with me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was there a year ago." And I was like, "Wait, what? You've known about a drive-in? You never told us."
Well, he had told me about it, but I thought it was way out towards Lansing or something.
Oh, okay.
I I had no clue because he said it was kind of out in the boondocks, and like, you know, in my mind that doesn't mean inner city. so yeah, I really had no clue that it was there.
Right. It only took 20 minutes or so to get there.
Yeah, it wasn't really bad at all.
And like they play movies, you can do double features, and they play movies all the way up to like sunrise, like 5 a.m., which is so good. Because like,
it's so cool.
Because I'm a late night person. I work at night. So I was like, George, we can just go and do like a drive-in and do a review for a movie in the middle of the night. Because most theater chains don't stay, unless it's like a midnight showing or something.
Yeah.
Like
Endgame, they basically don't do that anymore.
So. Right. So like I was like, man, like let's just go to a drive-in and we can see a movie after midnight and just chill like this. Yeah. My only concern is I think they might be closed when it's like raining or snowing or something like that.
That movie experience, we'll have to see if they do offer it. We might be able to update you on how that experience is.
Well, we were sitting there, we got through half the movie, but then a thunderstorm came and then we got refunded.
Yep.
Or they kicked us out, I don't know.
The windshield wipers couldn't keep up.
Well, I do feel like they would have to turn it off because lightning can like hit the, like if the technology is on. You know what I'm saying? Like they
sort of, but I mean, like, I guess the question is like what the board is made of, that, you know, like that they use for movie screen.
Right.
So I mean, they might have other things in the area that, you know,
does that.
Are lightning rods and stuff. So
those are fair points that I can't disagree with. So yeah, let's just all right. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay, so we'll share our experience of the movie. Now, we did not watch any trailers. We did not know any. We just like, oh, that chick from Lovebirds is in it. That's the only thing I saw, and it's called a mystery. But in my mind, when I read it like really quickly, I thought it was a murder mystery. No, just like this woman who's just trying to find like her mom who left her a letter, and like trying to find her dad and like connect to her past. But also like it's a great like culture lesson in like what the black community looks like today, let's say in New York, and what it did look like in the 80s, and like what they were going through as black people. It's has history, it has drama, there's romance. I don't know the guy's name, but he's really good. He's in Knives Out. He plays the cop there. He's in Get Out, and he's like the gardener. He's the one who's like, get out! Just like shows up at the party. And he's in, gosh, I don't know his name, but he's in Atlanta. I'll Google it. He's in Atlanta, and that's where I first saw him. And he's in a lot of places. Like, he's been in a lot of movies recently. He has that voice. Me and George were able to talk during the movie because we were just sitting in the car. And no, we weren't disturbing anybody. It's like,
that's another good thing about this, is that you can actually talk during the movie and not disturb people so long as you have your windows closed.
Yeah, that's true. And even if not, like, if we're not being loud, like, the cars were pretty far away.
Oh, absolutely.
Where they probably wouldn't even hear us unless we were like screaming.
Although I will state that my friend Steven, he did say that when he went to the theater, the car right next to them, they were having an argument the whole time. So maybe it can still be an issue.
Oh, I would move. I'd just drive away. I'd be like, I'll let ruin my experience.
I'm shocked he stayed there.
Yeah, like I definitely wouldn't put up with that. I'd be like, all right, peace out. I'm going over there. Like, y'all can argue as much as you want.
That is one of the nice things also about a drive-in theater, is like you can rearrange your seating.
Yeah. But thankfully the audience, I mean, like, some people turned on their lights, but they were leaving early.
Yeah.
But that's not that big of a deal. Like, it was on for like a minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and it really wasn't that bad.
No, like it didn't take away from anything from the movie, from my point of view anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie was interesting. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was definitely not something that I would usually ever see, but I'm not like, I had a fun time. It's not a movie you would want to see in theater. It's on Netflix right now. They're just playing it like in the drive-in because why not? But it's not a movie that I would really ever go out of my way to see. It was more like just us to do an experiment, because to do just like drive-in. That's what I learned. Like, I was like George Shannon, because your family has a cabin up north, and they have some like small local movie theaters that are opening up, and we just kind of want to do a documentary talking about like what smaller chain movie theaters look like compared to like the big chains in the big cities. and like what quarantine has done. Like something we thought about. I don't know if we're gonna do it, but you know, it's kind of fun to kind of just have that experience and share it with you guys. I would definitely suggest checking it out. Like, I think it would be a great experience. I don't have anything negative. It's definitely a step down from like Dolby IMAX luxury movie theaters with AC. Like,
to be perfectly honest, even though you can recline your seats in the car, it's not as good as the reclining seats in the theater.
I know. I was like, this is what I did. I was like, all right, George, I'm getting tired, so I just like put my chair down like this, and I was just kind of like watching it. And it took like a minute to just kind of like chill like this. But then the movie got really interesting where I wanted to pay attention. So I was like right back up. And I was like, oh, okay, now it needs my full attention.
Something else I want to bring up too, actually, that was a cool thing that they had. They actually had so that where basically right by where the speakers normally are, they actually had mounds. So basically you could angle your car so that you can have a better view of it.
Wait, what?
That's what that was.
I didn't see that.
Those mounts that we went over?
Yeah.
That's so that you can angle
designed
your...
to...
So that was another really cool
sense.
thing. So that way, like, you don't have to be like, looking up like that, trying to strain your neck looking at the movies. But, like, you can actually kind of, like, watch it just laying back in your
just,
car.
like, relaxing and, like, like, looking up where nobody's blocking your view. Oh, that makes so much more sense now. Because I was like, what's up with, like, why is it hilly? Like, my mind just was not... like computing that information, but that's awesome. Yeah. So overall, I would give the movie, check it out on Netflix or free.
Same.
But
unless it's a date night, this is a good movie for a date night.
That's true.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This was like a at least an A-. No, I'm joking.
No,
but it was definitely something for a date night. But otherwise, I would say check it out on Netflix.
I would definitely recommend checking it out on Netflix. Great acting, really well told, some really funny lines that I was not expecting, like between his best friend and the brother-in-law. Yeah.
Wait, was it his brother-in-law or was that his brother?
I have no idea. I think it was just his friend, right? Or maybe brother. I don't know.
Maybe it was his brother-in-law. I'm not sure. It was hard to tell.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was definitely invested in the story. More than I thought I would ever be in a movie like this. So I really can't say anything bad about it. I do think this guy, who's the main actor, he has that voice that sounds like he's gonna become like the Morgan Freeman or Samuel Jackson or James Earl Jones of like he has this very smooth and like the way he delivers lines. I can't explain it. Just watch it. Like, I don't know this actor's name, but I really feel like he's gonna blow up in that whatever voice acting talent is. Like, this is the way he describes things. He's like, yeah, I could go, or I could not go. Like, you're like, yeah, you could go. You could not go. Yeah. He just delivers. Like, I'm thinking about going to London. It's like, yeah, you are. Like, I mean, you sound like a very intelligent, smart man who probably should go to London. I don't know. Yeah. But his delivery is great, and I hope he gets... I want to see him in more of like... This is definitely a starring role, I would say. The other stuff I saw him in, he's like a side actor, but this is like... He is like top billed. Like, this is his movie and his story, in some ways sharing with the girl and her mom and photography and the history of that. But it's a lot of his movie as well, so...
Absolutely.
Yeah, check it out. That's all for us. Check out more reviews. We got next week. What do we got? We got King of Staten Island.
Yeah.
And we got another African American movie just like this one that was
The Blood 5.
Oh gosh, I've seen both of them. I don't want to spoil it for George or them, but I watched both movies one night because I was editing, and they are, without going into spoilers, I'll give more of my review. But definitely check those movies out. They're both so unique and different, and yet both are fantastic movies. Like, I would see both of these movies in a movie theater. That's how good they were. Wow. I would go out of my way to have watched these movies if they were both supposed to be released in theaters before the quarantine, so it kind of makes sense. There's not a big action movie, but it has a really like fascinating story and like camera work, and it's really good. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, guys, take care. Bye. Peace. Go subscribe, click like, do all that fun stuff. Thank you. Geekdom Movies. Woo!
Yeah.